Welcome back. The world of sports here in Nigeria. Mourns the late Stephen Keshi. Ayotune Balogun joins us with more in sports news.
Yes, indeed. Nigeria's football icon Stephen Keshi has died at the age of 54. Keshi, who led the country to Nations Cup glory in 2013, died of cardiac arrest at his home in Benin City, Edo State. Our sports correspondent, Austin Okonakban, reports.
Gloom and dejection best describes the mood at the residence of the late coach Stephen Keshi. A condolence register has been opened in his honor. Okay. Former Super Eagles player Austin Eguavoin could hardly believe that his teammate is gone. Stephen Okechukwu Keshi had an admirable football career. He played for the senior national team from 1981 to 1995 and was a member of the team that won the Cup of Nations in 1994. He also recorded success as a coach. Between 2004 and 2006, he managed the Togolese national football team and helped them to qualify for their first ever World Cup in Germany. He also managed the Malian team in 2008. Keshi became the coach of the Super Eagles in 2011, but it was in 2013 that he achieved remarkable success.
I just love it, you know. They just show you that we want to learn, we want to do something for this country, we want to do something for ourselves.
A year later, Keshi qualified Nigeria for the World Cup in Brazil and led the Super Eagles to the round of 16.
We're a little bit comfortable. We know there's no way we're going to lose here against Ethiopia, but we respect them. It's a little bit different, but all in all, hey, it's World Cup.
Things got tough for the big boss when his team failed to qualify for the 2015 edition of the African Cup of Nations.
Good lesson for the players. Maybe too much confidence. We'll see how it goes.
That same year, cancer took the life of his wife Kate, and just when he was planning a return to coaching, the shocking news of his death broke. The big boss lived for 54 years, a disciplinarian on the field and a jolly good fellow off the field. Those lovely smiles will definitely be missed. Austin Okonakban, Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, ex-internationals Austin Eguavoin, Tijani Babangida and Joseph Yobo have all reacted to the sudden death of coach Stephen Keshi. In an exclusive interview to Channels Television, the ex-internationals say Keshi's contribution to football in Nigeria will never be forgotten.
You know, at the top of football, of sports, when you talk about Stephen Keshi. So this news is one of the biggest and the saddest news of, you know, that I've seen so far that I heard, and my heart goes to his family, you know, because like I said, I spoke to him just a few days ago, so I know the conversation that we had, and this is just like very shocking.
Well, I think it's leadership quality, standing for what he believes in, and regardless of what anybody says, and he always have his way, otherwise there will be a problem. But not headstrong. If you're able to convince him beyond reasonable doubt, he will suffer better. But if you're not able to convince him, he will definitely stand for what he believes.
Keshi is a leader. That's why we call him the big boss, because wherever Keshi is, he always wants to be the number one. Things has to be all around him. He's kind of a person that when you have your own problem, you can always talk to him.
Maria Sharapova has been banned for 2 years by the International Tennis Federation after testing positive for the banned substance meldonium. The 29-year-old failed a dope test during the Australian Open, and her ban is backdated to January the 26th, the date of a quarter-final defeat against top seed Serena Williams. Sharapova admitted taking meldonium for the last 10 years, but claims she was unaware that the drug had been added to WADA's banned list. She says she will appeal the suspension at the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Former world #1 Tiger Woods has confirmed that he will not take part in this year's US Open at Oakman Country Club as he continues his comeback from injury. Woods hasn't played competitively since finishing joint 10th in the Wyndham Championship in August last year, after which he underwent 2 back operations in the space of 6 weeks. There had been speculation that the 14-time major champion was set to make a return to the game ahead of the 116th US Open in Pennsylvania, which gets underway on June the 16th. However, despite registering to play in the second major of the year, Woods has now confirmed he will not compete for a 4th title or even play at the Quicken Loans National. And that's a wrap in sports news. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. The news at 10 continues shortly.
Officials in the Israeli city of Tel Aviv have confirmed the death of 3 people killed during a shooting spree by gunmen in Sarona Market. Police already have 2 suspects in their custody while they're searching for a third. 5 people are lying critically wounded in hospital, along with others wounded in the attack. Meanwhile, White House hopeful Hillary Clinton has thanked her supporters for helping her reach a historic moment for women, the Democratic nomination for president. Timothy Fagwini has more.
Hillary Clinton won the Democratic primary in New Jersey and California, cementing a hold on her party's nomination. She went on to win South Dakota and New Mexico, while her rival Bernie Sanders found victory in the North Dakota caucuses. However, Mr. Sanders says he will remain in the race and contest the remaining primary in the District of Columbia on June the 14th, despite acknowledging it is a very, very steep fight. In Syria, reports say at least 15 people have been killed and dozens wounded in a series of airstrikes on rebel-held areas in Aleppo. One of the strikes hit near the Bayan Hospital in the eastern Shah district. It is not clear who was responsible, but government forces are seeking to regain control of the divided city. Finally, an Eritrean man believed to be at the heart of the operation to smuggle migrants from Africa to Europe has been extradited to Italy. Prosecutors say Medred Medani, known as the General, was arrested in Sudan in May and was flown to Rome yesterday. Britain's National Crime Agency says he is thought to have arranged the transit of a boat that sank in October 2013, killing at least 359 migrants. And that's the foreign news wrap-up. It's back to you, Amarachi.
Thanks, Timotokwe. And the main news again. Nigeria's Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, today asked Lake Chad Basin countries to ensure protection for people displaced by Boko Haram insurgency in the region. Professor Osinbajo made the call at a regional protection dialogue in Abuja. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka today described attacks by Niger Delta Avengers on oil installations in the region as senseless. Professor Soyinka told Channels Television that he's yet to know what the group really wants. Over in the Middle East, 3 people were today killed in a shooting at Israel's largest indoor market in Tel Aviv. Israeli police have arrested 2 suspects. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.